I'm back with Paul Foss again from Clean Technica. We saw Hyundai this morning. It did not go well, but the Kia one actually discussed cars. So we're going to get some impressions. Paul, the PV5, the plastic business van line of vehicles. What do you think?
Well, I will say I was kind of shocked. I did a little research on it as it was, and I guess they told us they were going to announce it back in December, but I missed that announcement. Even though they said it was for business and for personal, I thought it was really oriented more about business, and what I loved was the production target of 150,000 very next year. So I'm like, oh, this isn't some concept that's going to be 5 years away. I was just very impressed that that's coming fast.
Now, I would add to that there are, the first half of the presentation was all about vans. The second half of the presentation was an art show, a high concept, the Be Everything vehicle. I'm not holding my breath for the Be Everything vehicle, but if this van is coming next year, that's going to get you started. That's going to get you a big chunk of the way there. Now, you know how the lease loophole, do you know about that?
I do.
Can you explain how this would fit into that?
Well, I believe if a business leased it, it wouldn't matter that it's made in Korea. There are very strict manufacturing requirements for both where the vehicle is manufactured, where the battery is manufactured, where the cells are manufactured, and where all the materials come if you're going to sell things. But if you're leased or it's considered a business sale, and maybe they'll get the $7,500 tax credit in that case.
Well, and this would be made in Georgia, is what it sounds like. Maybe not right out of the gate, but within very, very quickly. But the battery could still come from Korea, because Korea's got Samsung, they've got LG, they've got some of the biggest and best battery manufacturers for EVs. So all of that would work. Do you think it's going to have the steer-by-wire out of the gate?
I do not, just because Tesla only sent them the manual a couple weeks ago, unless they were working on it independently. I mean, I think Kia has shown they can make solid EVs, but they haven't shown the radical breakthroughs that sometimes Tesla goes for.
And we've got some great stuff in there. The skateboard, of course, is a key to keeping costs down. They've got a modular kind of design that doesn't use welds so much, but more like a locking rack system kind of thing that holds. We'll see how that handles safety and efficiency and all that. But as far as I'm concerned, it doesn't need all of that out of the gate to be a success.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it tries to do 10 things and it only hits on 3 of them. It's still kind of a wide open market. I believe Ford Transit is doing some things. I see this, because it's kind of smaller, it might do well in Europe and Asia, maybe better than the US. It also made me think a little bit of something that's revolutionized the shipping industry, and that is the containers. If they end up having standard containers, maybe that works, maybe it doesn't.
And how much of what we saw today do you think needs to be real? Because we saw a lot of things. We saw the first half was a real presentation about a real van that's really coming next year, year after at the latest. And then the second half was this beautiful art project showing what could be, where the middle of the van is your home, it's your cabin, it's your office, it's your shop, it's everything, it's your elevator shaft. I don't know if any of that's coming, but how much needs to come for you to call this a success?
You know, maybe I'll just take a cop-out answer like 50-50, but I did love that they said that many conversion vehicles, they have extra money, like if you're going to put wheelchairs into like a Honda Odyssey or something, they've got to spend money to take the thing apart and then put that stuff in there. Although I think Ford gives them some chassis that are bare, and some manufacturers will give bare chassis. And I think there's probably a market that is just looking for the bare chassis, and then the RV makers and the other people let 1,000 other people innovate on it. That, for example, is something that's not easy to do with a Cybertruck because the bed is all kind of welded in there. You can't easily, I mean, you can do some things, but you can't just put on your own thing as easily as you would be able to on this. Yeah. I also like that it's a small pickup. A lot of people like me think the Cybertruck is too big. This is going to be a very small pickup without 4 doors.
And if you look at how small the bed is on some of the huge trucks, this bed did not look appreciably smaller. So I think you'd still get quite a bit of utility out of it without going crazy. Let's get a little closer to it.
And even though not every Ford F-50 person will want to buy it, it has the potential to reach a whole new market. But okay.
For sure. And they've got a memorandum of understanding with a number of international partners, be it Uber was one they mentioned, and some others. I don't think any of that matters. If it works, it works. The rack system inside that they use to secure things, do you think that's going to stick around?
You know, that is a thing that doesn't always survive concept to production. It's another one of those 50-50.
Yeah, and I would say it doesn't need to hit 50% of the bullet points. I'm not going to be touching it, but very good. I don't think it has to hit 50% of anything, 50% of what we saw today in order to be a success. I think if it's, I mean, even 2 or 3, like you said, of the bullet points, it's going to make it work. And I also don't think we'll have steer-by-wire out of the gate because you don't need it out of the gate. And robotaxi is still, I'd say, a while off would be my charitable way to put that. I don't know.
I don't think the robotaxi will make it, but it has enough good points without robotaxi that is fine.
You don't need it today. And yeah, this will check a lot of boxes for a lot of buyers, I think. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Yeah, this window is too large to roll down, so this will not make it. But it is very cool, and it's going to be, yeah, it fills a gap in the market, a noticeable gap in this form factor, because not everyone wants an SUV. I would rather have the utility of the extra seating myself. Yeah. Anything we're missing on this?
It's just, I mean, you're seeing it more for the personal market. I'd have to think more about the personal market. I just think this might be a home run in the business market. And then if you're success in one or the other, then you can take another shot. Then you get the production volume, and then you get another shot at crossing over.
150,000 is a very strong start, but it would by no means captivate the entire market. So you do have room to expand. And I think having the different sizes available, all the way down to, I mean, K-car size, really.
Well, they did say they were going to expand to 300,000, but I don't believe there was a year on that, so that is kind of meaningless, yeah.
But if you've got enough parts commonality, and Kia definitely knows how to manufacture, I think it'll work. Very exciting. Very exciting. And a lot of excitement around. And I would say to my friends at Kia, that was one of the better presentations I've seen. So thank you for making it not painful. because we've seen some painful ones this week. So Paul Fox, Clean Technica, thank you for joining me.
Yeah, enjoyed it.
Yeah, and this is some great perspective. For everybody at home, what do you think? Is this going to make it? Are they going to actually build this thing? Are they going to hit the big numbers? And what size is your favorite? So for everybody else, stay tuned, stay juicy, and I cannot wait to hear from you clever robots on the next one.